Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores and results of week 10 of this season's Premier League. Now before we get started, I'd like to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you who've subscribed. We've now reached the 1,000 subscriber mark, so yeah, it's just phenomenal really. And as a thank you, this week's predictions, whoever gets the top score in the predictions will receive a £10 Amazon voucher. To be in with a chance of winning the £10 Amazon voucher, there's a couple of things that you've got to do. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of the fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste that into your comment, make your predictions, and the highest scorer of the week will win that £10 Amazon voucher. Now, if there's a tie, what's going to happen is the person with the most correct exact scores will win the voucher, and if there's a draw after that, then we're going to just draw the winner from a hat. As usual, it's 3 points for an exact score, 1 point for a result, and 0 for anything else. So yeah, good luck everybody with that. I had a couple of people as well ask us to do a Q&A to celebrate the 1,000 subscriber mark. So yeah, if you submit your questions in the comment section below, or alternatively, if you like, you can hook us up on Twitter.
Our two Twitter handles are in the bottom hand corners of the screen right
now I've actually got 2 Twitter handles, so you know, use either of those really, as we say, in comment section or via Twitter. But enough of that, let's have a quick look back at how we got on last week.
Last week I had 6 points with 6 correct results, no perfect scores. I wasn't too pleased about that one, really.
Yeah, and I had 5 correct results, but one of those was a perfect score, which gave me the 3 points, which means overall I had 7 points. Okay, for the overall scores for the season now, Nathan, you are on 67 points, and I've gone slightly ahead this week. I'm on 80 points, so I'm just 13 points ahead of you now. From the comments section, the top scorer of this week is Bravo Plays, and he came away with 14 points. So Bravo Plays, congratulations to you. For those of you who are playing in the Fantasy Football League, here is this week's top 10. And yet again we see Sorry Not Sorry, managed by Jason Wade, is top of the pops again. This week he had 43 points and a grand total of 631. Now overall it wasn't the greatest scoring week for anybody really. Nathan, you came away with 47 points, which puts you on 459 points overall, and you find yourself in 75th position in our little league. Myself, I had an absolutely horrendous week, coming away with 25 points, which puts me on 103 points overall and 50th position. The top scorer of the week, however, fared a little bit better than both of us, and that was the Whiz Kids, managed by Christopher Knapp, and he came away with 65 points. So Christopher, congratulations to you on that score in the fantasy football this week. But that's enough of that, let's just crack on with this week's predictions.
First up, we have got Fulham versus Bournemouth. Now, what can we say about Fulham? We absolutely destroyed them last week. To be fair, Fulham's defence, just terrible really. Bournemouth had a good start to the season, sat in 6th position, haven't lost in the last 5 games. They're doing really well. I think Bournemouth are going to continue with that, and I think they're going to beat Fulham 3-1.
3-1, yes, Fulham. I wasn't impressed by Fulham last weekend. 2 of their goals were two of their goals come really from mistakes from the referee, you could say. Cardiff really played them off the park. You know, Cardiff got this reputation of a bit of a clogger side. From last weekend though, Cardiff really turned on the style, outplayed Fulham, you could say, in all departments. Yeah, brilliant performance. And this is our reaction after Kadeem Harris scored Cardiff's 4th goal. I think we both got a little bit too excited there.
Just a bit.
Yeah, but going back to my prediction on this, Fulham leaking goals, they have had issues in defence with injuries. I think their woes are going to continue this week, and I can see Bournemouth, who've had a very good start to the season. I think they drew last week against Southampton in that South Coast derby. I think they're going to go away to London and win this one. Like you've said, 3-1 to the Cherries. Okay, next up we got Liverpool against Cardiff. As we've just said, Cardiff coming away with a very good win, their first win of the season, played some good football. However, they are coming up against Liverpool side who have really dominated, been brilliant throughout, you know, the first 9 games. They only just sneaked past Huddersfield last week. Huddersfield just conceding the 1 goal. Liverpool are at home this evening in the Champions League, so they've got, you know, they've got the 3 days rest, but will that be a hindrance to the Reds? Probably not. I think they're going to be too strong for Cardiff, unfortunately. I'd love to be proved wrong on this one, but I can see Liverpool running out probably 2-0. They got quality all over the pitch, you could say, Liverpool. So
I think this one's actually going to be 1-0 to Liverpool. I think we're going to be strong, but we're going to put up a fight. It's going to be a lot like the Tottenham game, I reckon.
Yeah.
But I just can't see us winning this one. That's all. No. Spirits are going to be up though. You know, morale's going to be through the roof. The fans are going to be, well, hopefully out singing the Liverpool stadium there, or Anfield, I should say. But yeah, I can see a defeat, unfortunately, for Cardiff. Next up, we have Southampton versus Newcastle. Now, what can we say about Newcastle?
Not a lot.
It's really not going well for them. They're sat at rock bottom of the table. 2 points. 2 points from 9 games. Terrible. Lost their last 3. They're not going to do much. Southampton, they've been a bit shaky as well. Sat in 16th. Haven't won in their last 5 games. This is going to be a close one, I reckon. But I think Southampton is just going to win 2-0, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent.
They're going to build off last week. They did draw against Bournemouth last time around. I think they're going to... Sparky Hughes is going to want them to come back with a victory.
Yeah, I agree. I think Southampton are going to win this one. I think it's not going to be 2-0. I think Newcastle, defensively, they've been okay-ish this season, but they do leak goals. Last week against Brighton, losing at home, I thought Newcastle could have got their first victory of the season. However, I think Southampton are going to shade this one a 1-0. Next up, we've got Brighton against Wolves. Wolves lost at home last week.
Very interesting.
Yeah, 2-0 against Watford. Surprised me. I think that surprised you as well. I think Brighton going away to Newcastle, that was a very good result for Brighton as well. And I can actually see Brighton winning a game.
Really?
They're in good form. And I can see Brighton just sneaking this one 2-1. Wolves are going to be up for it. They've got some quality players throughout their starting 11. Yeah, absolutely. But I think Brighton are going to take this one 2-1, as I say.
I think this is going to be a very close game. Either team could sneak it at the last minute. Yeah. I can just see a stalemate on this one, 1-1.
Okay, interesting, yeah.
Next up we have Watford versus Huddersfield. Huddersfield haven't had the best starts of the season. Sat in 19th, put up a good fight against Liverpool, managing to only let through that 1 goal. Watford's very strong at the moment. Sat in 7th position. They did lose those 2 games prior, but they're just going to build on this confidence, and I can see Watford winning 2-0.
Yeah, interesting. Watford, they started the season really well, and then they went through that bad patch. They did win last weekend against Wolves, so it's interesting. This could go either way. You know, Huddersfield could grind out a draw in this fixture. However, I think maybe Watford are starting to return to some sort of form, and I think they're going to win this one at 2-0 at home. Moving on to the evening kick-off on Saturday is Leicester against West Ham. Leicester, I think they've lost 2 matches on the trot now. Played on Monday evening against Arsenal. Arsenal, though, playing some fine stuff at the moment. Steamrolling everyone, really, you could say. Yep. However, I think Leicester are going to return to winning ways. West Ham, Yarmolenko, I think, is out for around about 6 months now. Real unfortunate for their new signing. That's a big blow for the Hammers. And I can see Leicester returning to winning ways and winning this one 2-1.
Yeah, I've gone for 2-1 as well. Leicester, I just think, are going to be too strong for this one. West Ham, they're going to travel well. I think they're going to sneak a goal through the Leicester defence, but I can't see West Ham winning this one away, to be honest. So I think it's going to be 2-1. Next up, we have Crystal Palace against against Arsenal. Now, Arsenal won their last 9 matches.
Something that could be 10 or 11. I've lost count now. So.
Dominating every single team or every single place they go. Crystal Palace, shaky form, lost their last 4 games. Aubameyang, Lacazette playing really well. Ozil had a really good game as well on Monday night. I can see this one being 2-1 to Arsenal, an away victory.
Yeah, I agree. Arsenal, I think they're going to continue their fine form with another victory against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, finding things difficult at the moment. If Zaha isn't firing, then Crystal Palace don't seem to fire. We've got the likes of Benteke, I think he's still injured. Arsenal, if Lacazette doesn't score, then Aubameyang will come in like he did last week, coming off the bench and scoring a couple of goals. So yeah, straightforward 2-0 victory to the Gunners for me in this fixture. Next up, we've got Burnley against Chelsea at the same time on Sunday. Burnley took a bit of a hammering against Manchester City last week. Maybe there was a few controversial decisions against Burnley last weekend. Maybe Company should have been sent off for a horror challenge. The press hadn't really made anything of that challenge, but he left his studs on the Burnley player there. Massive hole in his thigh, I think you could see on the sideline.
And then they were having a massive moan about Joe Bennett last year as well, which is
that Manchester City. But that's gone now. I think Chelsea being held at home to Manchester United last weekend, that's going to buck them up a little bit. Sorry, he's going to get into them. They need a victory here really to keep in contention at the top of the table, and I think they will. I think they'll go away to Burnley, and I think they'll be comfortable in the end, and I can see this one ending up in a 2-0 victory to Chelsea.
Yeah, I can see Chelsea dominating this one. Burnley haven't been the best this season. They took hammering off Man City in their last match. They're going to take another hammering off Chelsea in this one. I can see this one being a Chelsea 3-0 win away from home.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, next up we have the 5 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. Bit strange that. Between Man United and Everton. Now Everton won their last 3 games in superb form. Not so much for Man United. All Jose wants at the moment is a fight with assistant coaches.
Well, he was wound up. That guy, he shouldn't have done it.
But anyway, Everton playing super well. Man United, many people want Jose gone. It's going to be a really close match, and I think it's going to be 2-2.
Yeah, Everton in good form at the moment, winning the last 3 matches, as you say. Going away to Old Trafford though, Man United played some decent football against Chelsea, and you could say they should have won that match. Midweek against Juventus, really it was very comfortable for Juventus in the end. I think Mourinho's going to get stuck into those players again, or G them up. I think they're going to have a little bit too much quality for the Toffees this weekend, and I can see the Red Devils carving out a narrow 2-1 victory in this fixture. Okay, last fixture of the weekend is on Monday evening, and you could say it's the biggest fixture of the weekend, and that is Spurs against Manchester City. Spurs really flattering to deceive a little bit at the moment. They are carving out these narrow 1-0 victories, so defensively they are sound. However, I think Manchester City are going to go away to Wembley and just take Spurs apart in this fixture. Spurs, they've still got a few injuries there as well, missing a few players. Players out of form as well, the likes of Harry Kane didn't fire in. Probably saying that, he'll probably come up and score a hat-trick now against the Citizens. But no, Manchester City, fantastic at the moment. They're head and shoulders really against anybody in this league at the moment. And I think Manchester City are going to win this one comfortably 3-0.
I think it's going to actually be a closer game. I think Man City will dominate this one slightly, but I think Tottenham might sneak a goal in. Harry Kane needs to prove something that he is that goal scorer that he is, but I think this is going to be a 2-1 Man City victory.
Interesting. So that concludes our predictions for week 10 of the 2018-2019 season. Once again, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste them into your comment, make your predictions, and you could have a chance of winning that £10 Amazon voucher. Remember, it's 3 points for an exact score, 1 point for a correct result, and 0 for anything else. Remember to submit your questions for the Q&A as well, either in the comments section or again via our Twitter accounts, and very much appreciated. But is there anything else, Nathan, you'd like to say before we go?
Sub to my channel, follow my Twitter.
All that jazz,
tweet me the Q&A questions,
Yeah, tweet you to the Q&A. Once again though guys, thanks for watching another video. It's been fantastic support recently. Enjoy the football this weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Cheers guys.